listen, I'm back. This is Dr. Nikki Zeigler with the Convo with Dr. Nikki Zeigler. Listen, I've been interviewing all day some amazing, extraordinary people who are slaying the nonprofit industry. Listen, the summit is here. Next week, we're doing a free summit called the Nonprofit CEO Summit, sponsored by Tiffany D. Bell. I just did an interview with her. Just an amazing, good girlfriend of mine that's just shifting the airways and bringing something that I've never seen before. I can't speak for you. I've never seen it before. But I've interviewed some amazing people who have some incredible stories. And I have another one for you. Let's go ahead and introduce, he called himself the Sales Confidence Coach. The Sales Confidence Coach. I'm going to put the HBCU on it. The Sales Confidence Coach, Mr. Brian K. McNeill.
Thank you for having me, my sister.
How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. I've had a day similar to yours, but I'm excited to be here with you right now because we're going to have fun.
We're going to have fun. So tell the people who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Born and raised in the streets of Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm Brian K. McNeill. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I am the Sales Confidence Coach. You know how there's so many amazing entrepreneurs and amazing CEOs of nonprofit organizations that offer services and organizations that really help people.
Okay.
And a lot of them don't earn nearly the money that they could or should. And a lot of times they don't earn that money because they don't know how to sell it.
Okay.
So what I do is I teach them how to sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before, so they can earn more money than ever before. That's what I do.
Some of the people you pitch, or some of you have prior clients that you've done before?
Yes, probably several of them you know. Okay. Yes.
I know. Okay.
Lots of people that you know. It's very hard today in the spaces that you and I occupy. It's almost very difficult to get a large group of people that hasn't been in my workshops at some point. All of the CEOs, the Black CEOs, all these organizations, women's associations. I think I speak at more women's associations than anybody. But larger companies too. But most of my work today has been focused on entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, real estate agents, insurance and financial services professionals, all the network marketing organizations, not all of them, but a lot of them have booked me to speak at their conventions and things like that. I've been in the game 29 years.
Come on, 29?
Yeah. Thousands of people have booked me and hired me to speak. And I've got hundreds of testimonials about it too. So
I love that, Mr. Brian K. McNeill. Come on, gotta put the K in there. Look, me and him both doing the coffee thing, man. Listen, I'm just happy to have you on my show. I've been selling myself. My first job in sales was, I don't know, do you remember Circuit City?
I do remember Circuit City, girl. This ain't just cotton up in my face.
Come on now. I started Circuit City at the age of 18. And so I learned about churn at the age of 18. I ended up being one of the top salespeople in Alabama with Circuit City. So I've been selling for a long time.
And that's beautiful that you brought up Circuit City, because back then in the 90s when Circuit City was still around, the way we sold back then, we thought, the key to being a great salesman was being a great closer. And we focused on closing and all that kind of stuff. But that's not the case in 2021.
Help us.
The great salespeople today, they're not necessarily great closers, but they're finding the right people to ask. And they're willing to ask. There's so many amazing entrepreneurs, yours friends and mine. They would make a lot more money if they could get over themselves. They're kind of empty today. They don't want to come across as salesy, so they never even ask for business. All they do is they tell people what I do. Well, I coach this and I do this and I'm a real estate this and this, but they never say, will you hire me or will you give my services a try?
Ask for the business.
They won't. And most of them won't, okay, until I teach them how to ask. That is a major difference right there. The willingness to ask for business.
I like that. Come on. You're my kind of salesperson. That's what I believe in. Listen, a closed mouth don't get fed. How do they know what you're doing if you're not asking for the business? But it's all about dealing with rejection. I tell people all the time, because I love talking about sales. It's my niche.
My favorite topic. So,
My favorite topic. I feel like this right here. In order for you to even ask for the business, you got to be confident enough to know that you can do it. Like, you got to be like, get over yourself. Get over you. Get over what you think you could say, and you got to ask for it. They can either say yes or no. If they say no, guess what? You might have 100 of them to say yes. So you got to make sure you ask for the business. I mean, why not? What is it gonna hurt saying? Can you hire me, or do I have what you need?
That too. See, a lot of times when they don't ask for business because they're not sure how good their own stuff is. Okay. Now, if you're sure your stuff is, like, if you ask your friends or clients, if the person that you're offering your service to, if they decide to hire you and give you the money you ask for, are they better off giving you the money than they would have been if they had just kept the money? Are they better off if they hire you on your solutions? Now, if you're sure they're better off, then don't you owe it to them to motivate them to take an action? See, selling today is an act of motivation, motivating people to take an action that's in their best interest. Now, if you're thinking about yourself, you're wondering, how are they going to think of me if I ask? And am I going to come across like I need the business? You're thinking about you. But if you believe that you benefit them, then you're selling for them, not to them. You sell for them because they're better off.
I like this. Oh, you talk about language, because I actually call that emotional thinking. When you think of is it me or is me? When everything points back to you as a salesperson, you are an emotional salesperson. And an emotional salesperson will never be full potential, because they're all about thinking about how they feel asking the question. So you have to think about it.
Emotional wreck is what I might say.
You got to think about it. You got to think about it.
Do you love people? Do you want to help? There's a concept. First off, everybody, you're supposed to sell. Okay, you're supposed to. If you have a solution, if you have something that can benefit the world, you're supposed to sell. Okay, I'm a believer. Okay, I'm not any particular religion tenet, but I'm a believer. And I know in the Bible, Proverbs 11:26 says, the people curse the ones that withhold the grain, blessings upon the ones that will sell it. Now, your grain is your intellectual property. Your grain are your solutions. And if you won't sell it, the Bible says curses upon you. If you will sell it, blessings upon you. You're supposed to sell your solutions in exchange for something of value. In other words, money.
It's a money.
Yeah.
Money cometh, as the crypto dollars say. Money cometh now.
That's right. You're supposed to.
That's right.
If you believe they're better off, there's another concept, if I could share, called the sin of the desert. The sin of the desert. That's when you know where the water is, but you won't tell anybody else. Or if you know where the solution is and you're keeping it to yourself, you're being selfish. The sin of the desert is the height of selfishness. If you know you can help someone and you won't offer it to them and sell it to them, you're keeping your water to yourself, you're keeping your solutions to yourself, which is the height of selfishness. And if you're not selfish, you owe it to yourself to learn to sell, and to do it. You're supposed to do it.
I got one of my, so I own this company called the Herpreneur Network.
Yes, I just joined your Facebook group.
You can't get in there. You're not a woman. It's for women.
I said that, but I thought, because the first question is, are you a woman business owner? And I said no. And then
that's why you still on the back here. You can't get in, Brian. You are not.
I'm telling you, they said I even put a post on there. Okay.
So it's 2,200 of us on Instagram, on Facebook. We have 14,000 on Instagram. And of course, we have 1,000 on Clubhouse. And these are all Christian women in business. And so one of my ambassadors, she says, in fact, I'll put it on here, Tiffany Nicole. She says, what is the Bible verse again, please?
Sure. Proverbs 11:26. But that's not the only one. There are a lot of scriptures talk about you supposed to sell. But that's one of my favorites. Okay. You got another
scripture. Give me one.
Colossians 3:23 and 24. Whatever work you do, do it as if you're working for the Lord and not for man. For you know there will be a reward for this. You need to work as if God is your manager, okay? Because he's going to reward you. Do your thing.
This salesman throwing all kind of scriptures on this line.
I didn't know I was going to go there today.
We can go there. I'm here for it all. I want everything God wants for me. Proverbs 11. I'm going to study on that one. I'm going to put that in my own pitch. Like, y'all, Proverbs 11 tell us.
Now, if I could say something to you, I know you're a sales veteran. You said this word 2 times, and I have been standing on a soapbox for years, preaching and teaching. Don't do this, okay?
Okay.
Pitch. No pitching.
No pitching.
No pitching.
Okay.
If I pitch something at you, you're either going to swing at it or hit it or dodge it or catch it. And none of that is what I want you to do with my service. I teach people to not pitch ever. You tell your story because your money is in your story. Pitching is just a negative connotation. It's run its course. I'm going to go pitch and see if I can get a deal. Okay, that's in that holdover to the salesperson that people don't like. Okay, but we don't pitch no more. We tell our story, and our stories will take about 30 seconds to do. Okay,
I
teach people how to tell their story in a way that sells as they compel.
Brian, I'm gonna bring you on Clubhouse. I gotta bring you on Clubhouse.
Bring me on Clubhouse. Okay.
And we're gonna tell our story, and then you're gonna critique us, right? Yeah.
If you like, and then I'll teach you how to do it the right way.
Okay, so Tiffany, y'all gonna come and support. We gotta bring Brian K.McNeill on Clubhouse and let him show us how to tell our story. So we can't say the word pitch anymore.
No pitch.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So tell us about you speaking at the Nonprofit CEO Summit. What are you gonna be speaking on?
I'm speaking on 2 things. I'm doing actually a keynote, and I'm actually doing a workshop. Now, my workshop is how to ask for the money and get it. How to ask for the money and get it. And my keynote is why it's very important that you have a nonprofit, why it matters, why your nonprofit matters.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Why it matters. You know, every one of them matters greatly. Someone that starts a nonprofit, they did it either because they see a need or they had a need themselves. Okay. And I just think there's a special place in heaven for those kind of people. You know, for 25 years, I've been speaking at different nonprofits, some of the bigger ones too. Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Jimmy V Foundation, they booked me to speak before. And Make-A-Wish, I like speaking for Make-A-Wish Foundation, you know. And I've heard they said my talks get more money than other talks do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you got my attention. I mean, I was wired. I was happy about the interview because I already had researched you. But then I'm more happier now because you're more in person. You know how you meet people who speak and they be like cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of finesse. You can hear the passion in your voice for what you do. So we needed to hear that.
I heard your talks too. I've heard some of your interviews as well. Yes. Now I've got hundreds of videos and sales tips of the day and little snippets. But, you know, people like you and I and a lot of others that are part of this here, you know, we're givers. We want to share. We don't want to keep all of our water to ourselves. We want to. We got to give it out, you know.
So my question to you, let's talk about that. Now, you say in God's word, you're supposed to give. Can you please elaborate getting paid to give?
Now, in the Bible, first off, you got to get over that you ain't supposed to get paid to give. There are a lot of millionaires in the Bible. David, Job, Abraham. There's a lot of millionaires. The Bible honors that. Now, going back to that same scripture, 11 and 26, they have what it's basically saying. Oh, let me do another scripture for you. Okay. This is a story that you all have heard. Okay. And it's in the book of Matthew. The same story is in the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Right. The parable of the talents. The same story told 3 different books, 3 different ways. The parable of the talents. The master's going away. He gives one of his servants 5 talents to give another servant 2 talents to give another servant 1 talent. Okay. And it's interesting how your talent equates to money.
Right.
Okay. He's gone for a while. I'm paraphrasing. He comes back. The man that he gave the 5 talents to, he bought the materials, flipped his money. Here's 10 talents. He doubled his money. Okay. Yeah. When he gave the 2 talents to, did the same thing. He doubled his money. Here you go. And the other one he only gave 1 talent to. He says, well, look, I know you're a tough dude. I know you're a hard man. I was afraid I might lose my money. So I hid it in the ground. And here's that same money you gave me. And he says, what? You wicked and lowly, lazy servant. You're going to be banished into the outer courts. You're going to be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Get out of here. Get away from me. So basically what the Bible is telling you, if you have a talent that God has given you, you're supposed to use that talent to make money. Now, if you don't use your talent to make money, you're going to be banished. You're lazy. You're going to be banished. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. That's what the Bible says. Don't hide your talent. Okay, you're supposed to make money with your talents. Come on, man.
Hey, while he's talking, Laurel and Miss Constance, y'all put this in the group. I want my ambassadors to come in here because they need to hear this teaching. This man just broke this thing all the way down. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all got to get paid. I refuse. I'm telling you, and I love giving my contacts away. I'm honest, Mr. Brian. I give them away all the time. And I met with my spiritual mom, and she said, "Stop." She said, "Stop. What are you doing? You're not reaping nothing from doing it. You gotta give. You gotta get paid. You can't just give all your resources out and don't accept a harvest. Seed harvest. You got to do it."
Now, your content now, it's a little bit different game now, because your clients, this might not sound pretty, okay? Your clients don't really know what their problem is, because if they really knew exactly what their problem was, they'll just YouTube it or Google it themselves and try to figure it out. They pay you for your content and your perspective, the way you see it. That's what you really sell. You sell Dr. Zeigler's perspectives, right, and her content together. You know, I wrote 4 books on how to sell, but there's a lot of books on selling, okay? But I've written 4 of them. But you don't pay me just for my book. I use my books to open doors for me. It open doors that only a book can open, okay? There are some doors that only your book can open. So if you're a thought leader and you're not published, get published. You either publish or perish, okay? Publish or perish. That's it.
Wow.
Okay.
So I wrote these books.
We're gonna bring out our books.
Let's get this book started, baby.
Okay, you go first. First book when you go.
My first book I wrote was How to Brand Your Personal and Church Ministry.
Talk about it. What's that about?
It teaches you how to, you know, as nonprofit, they be bootleg with their logos, they be bootleg with their mission statements. They don't know the flyers be jack-led. They do Canva flyers. They do the post of my wall free fly. You know I'm not lying. It be all jacked up. So I wrote this book to teach them on how to. You got to have a quality website. I've been in branding 20 years. I don't work for the best of the best. Okay. I don't work for Bishop T.D. Jakes before. I don't work for Apostle Price. I've been around for a long time. So I know, if I don't know nothing else, I know how to take a Brian K.McNeill and blow him up to the world. I'm good.
We'll keep working together because I love that. Now, I'm going to give you my first book, and I got a few, okay? My first book is called The Shortcut, the fastest route to selling your services better than you ever had before, so you can earn more money than ever before. Okay. This is only 74 pages. This teaches you what to do to make sure that you get profitable. It's a lot of cake, very little frosting. The not so sexy stuff, the nuts and bolts of what to do on a Monday, what to do on a Tuesday, what to do on a Wednesday. What do you do to make sure that you get and keep clients? The Shortcut is the first book. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
What's your next book? Another one?
My next book, it's called Hey Herpreneurs, Let's Get You Branded. It's an ultimate guide for branding for women in business. Ooh. It's about, I'm gonna do like what you said. It's 111 pages. There you go. And look, this ain't pretty either, but it teaches you how the difference between closing a deal with a customer, how to place yourself in the correct environment, what are the 4 P's of branding, online branding, inline branding, online branding, and it teaches you how to branding plan.
Love it. Okay. My second book, because the first book teaches you what to do, but it doesn't teach you how to close sales. Okay. My second book was called Asking for the Money, How Anyone Can Close More Sales, Even You. And this teaches you what to do. This is 94 pages, a little longer. This book teaches you what to do before you ask for the money. What do you do when you ask for the money? What do you do when there's a little bit of resistance? What are you doing? There's a lot of resistance. This book infuses the reader with confidence when it comes to that part of the process where you have to ask for the money, close the sale, or overcome an objection. That's the second book.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, here's my third.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
It's called she said, where can we, let me put this in here. Where can we purchase his books?
The easiest way is just to go to briankmcneil.com.
Don't forget the K, y'all.
That's right. It's Brian K. McNeill. BRIAN, the letter K, MCNE. If someone could type it in the comments, that'd be great. MCNEILL. There's 2 L's on my last name. .com. BrianKMcNeill.com. there's a store there, and you can actually get my books. Okay, so you was about to say about your third book?
Let me put you in there first.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, let's go.
BrianK.McNeill.com. That's it.
Boom. Okay, so here's my third book. It's called The Ultimate Herpreneur Planner, because you know my demographic. So this planner is 200 pages of nothing but teaching you how to build your social media marketing, who's on your team, who you're rocking with, your password protection, your project planner. It's 240 pages of content. We even got 90 affirmations in here.
Wow.
A daily prayer.
Wow.
12 different.
Love it.
I ain't playing around with Brown. I'm not playing no games.
I love it. All right, here's my third book.
Okay.
My third book is a not just for children's book called Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople, featuring Mr. Randall the Rhino. Okay. And the reviews on this book on Amazon and all over are amazing, but it runs a parallel between rhinoceroses and great entrepreneurs or great salespeople. It's like, for example, rhinos, they're physically strong, which I equate to being determined. They have really, really good hearing, which I equate to being great listeners. They have very poor eyesight, which I equate to not even noticing the little things that get in the way. I don't even see that. Look, too hot in here, too cold in here, whatever. Okay. But the last two things are what I think are the coolest. One is the horn. The way a rhino's eyes are set back in its head, they have to see everything past its horns. And I put the horns as your goal. So the little horn is the little goal you have to reach before you can get to your big goal. And no matter what direction the rhino looks, he sees his goals. But the last thing is the leg, because a rhino is physically unable to walk backwards. They can't walk backwards. They can turn around, but they don't back up.
I like that.
Go for your goals where a rhino would go for his goal. The only physical option you have is to keep forward until you reach it. So that's why rhinos make great entrepreneurs or great
I never thought about that. I got to research. Look, come on, brother. You give
I researched it, so yeah.
Okay, so here's my last book. Boom. It's called I Am an Overcomer Woman. I did an anthology. 14 women around the world told their stories about how they overcame.
Love it.
Yes. Come on. I know you got another one. Come on with
I do have another one, and it's not quite ready yet, but I'm going to tell you about it. It's called 932. Okay, 932. Okay. The 9 most important words, the 3 most important questions, and the 2 most important, 9 most important words, the 3 most important skills, and the 2 most important questions. Okay. Wow. And I'll give you one of the words. Number 1 word is courage. How that has more to do with your happiness or sadness than any other. I'll give you one of the skills, the ability to communicate, has more to do with your happiness or sadness than any other, anything else. You know, the skills are ability to communicate, ability to sell, ability to lead. I count those as the 3 most important skills. So, and that's actually coming from Mr. Randall. But the next book is he's talking to his daughter, giving her these words once a week. It's really, really exciting. You know, and I picture parents taking that journey with their children.
Wow. Oh, look, she said,
book ballers.
Actually, I won. You know, I'm competitive.
I do have a 4th book actually already.
Okay, what's the 4th book?
I don't have it where I can hand it to you. The shortcut workbook. That's also available on the site. So I got 4 available on the site and 1 more coming.
Okay, now hold on. Let me give you my book. I just finished.
Okay.
The name of my last book, and mind you, all these books got wrote this year.
Really?
Yes. I was killing the pandemic. I was not playing with it.
Wow.
So the last book is called It's the P's for Me. Pray, plan, prepare, pursue, purpose to prosper and profit. It's the P's for me. You got to have all those to make it.
Man, I'm hoping somebody's watching your show and is encouraged to finish their book.
Yes, finish it.
There are several doors that you cannot even places you can't get in until you're published. I have been paid $10,000 by a school system just because I had a book to show them. Okay, they wanted someone to do a workshop or showing the teachers and the parents and PTA how they can relate together. I did a workshop on how they can relate together and how they can actually learn to sell each other and sell the students on why they should do it. I did it over 2 days. They paid me $10,000 and they paid me versus someone else because I had books.
Oh my God. Come on, speak to us today. They got to learn how to step in. And like he said, if you're listening, you got to learn how to step into the deep and be around people that can push you right into your purpose. When I say you have inspired me, this is one of my favorite interviews ever.
What?
I gotta tell you the truth, Mr. Brian, because you're so transparent. You know, I meet so many people when I'm doing my shows, and I have over 100 shows on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
But what made your show so different? Because we have so much in common with sales, but then also you gave us so many gems and nuggets that we can keep pushing with. I love this interview. Like, yes.
I'm excited to hear you say that. That actually feels good. You just gave me some flowers, my sister. I thank you. Thank you very much.
You gotta be around people that's compatible, and we gotta get out of the point where we can't say good job. We don't like to say good job. Why not? What's wrong with that? It should make you feel good supporting other people.
And you make me want to give more with that. You make me want to do more.
You gotta do it. God has allowed your voice to be, to be powerful, to enrich people like us. And so you see my herbacers, they glued. You kept the people attention the whole entire time. They on here watching. And just imagine the replay that comes behind this. That's what it's all about. That's why I do YouTube channel, because they can always go back and watch it again. So, and I'll be happy to send you this interview so you can put it on your website or whatever you're going to do.
Yes. I'm going to share it everywhere. Okay.
Yep. And guess what? Not only is he sharing it now, but that's going to give people a chance to get to know who I am as well, because he's on my show.
That's what everybody's got to know.
Both of us. Yes. Oh, thank you. And so you'll be speaking. Let's go back and give a shout out to Tiffany Denise Bell. Thank you so much for allowing him to come on the show. The event is going to be September the 14th through the 17th. It is a free show. So guys, guess what? You can get a chance to hang out with Mr. Brian K.McNeill for free. If you have not registered for the nonprofitceosummit.com, do it now. Tell Tiffany, hey, Dr. Nikki sent me. Or Mr. Brian, I heard him on Dr. Nikki's show, and he inspired me, so I want to be here to get as much information as I need to. So
now, I brought gifts for your people, though.
Wait a minute, what? Okay.
I always come bearing a gift. Okay. I told you to not pitch no more and just tell your story. But I have a free ebook that teach people how to tell their story. Okay. And I'm doing it for free. It's called the 1-2-3 formula. And if they will text 1-2-3 to this number, all they got to do is text 1-2-3. But they got to leave their name and a place they want me to send it. But text your name and an email address to 919-345-4893. Just text 1-2-3 to 919-345-4893 and give me a name and a place to send it to, and 34548. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yep. And you'll get the 1-2-3 formula. People love the 1-2-3 formula. Okay.
So when I text and say what? Just
say your name and the email. Put 1-2-3 on there somewhere so I know where it is. The word. Just put number 1-2-3 and just give me a name and an email.
This is crazy. I'm sorry, my phone is going off. It's very unprofessional. I'm so sorry. That was horrible. Okay, I just sent that. I did mine because I want what God has for me.
I'm gonna send it to you. My phone's on Do Not Disturb, so I can't hear it yet.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I just sent mine. Hey guys, let me know you did it. Just put done in the comments. Done.
You are wonderful.
Love. We got to show love, because guess what? The more we love on him, the more he giving us some juicy nuggets. We need.
I got more. Say when.
He's so confident. I love it. Come on, coach. So tell us, how do you get booked? Like, somebody want to book you as their coach? Like, how does that work?
I'm very easy. I'm available everywhere, but the simplest way is just connect with me through my website, briankmcneil.com, or anywhere, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm the Sales Confidence Coach everywhere, or Brian K. McNeill. You can find me. I'm so old school, Nikki, Dr. Nikki, I will even take a phone call. That's how old school I am.
Real old school.
My kids don't take phone calls, man.
They see the voicemail and one like, who is this? I ain't even
they want to be text.
Text me. Yeah, right. You're right. They do want to be text. Well, all right. Wait, I got to bring you on my show and have you as a returning guest and just give her these nuggets.
I would be honored. I would be honored.
Okay, come on, y'all. Let's go
This has
ahead and
been better than I thought it would be. And even though I saw some of your other interviews, this
what
has
you
been better.
thought?
Huh?
What you thought it was
I
gonna
thought it would be good, but this has been better than good.
That's good. I like hearing it. Guys, listen, don't forget to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video. It's nothing. Look, sharing is free. It don't cost nothing. So share the video. Let him know how much you appreciate the interview so we can get him to come back. I really appreciate your time, sir. And we will see you at the Nonprofit CEO Summit next week.
Thank you. It's been my honor and my pleasure.
Take care now. Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.